Alderman-at-large seat is the one that represents all of Eunice. How do you see the relationship between Eunice's economy and growth management?
Thank you. I think it's very important enough that I have it listed on the back of my card as one of my platform goals, number 2 out of 10. Funding the continuing efforts of our Economic Development Committee and their planning efforts. The mayor and I have been discussing for some time with school authorities and business people of the major employers in our community the need to help our young people, particularly those who might have dropped out of school or who have low-paying jobs, develop the technical skills that could meet the employment needs of our local businesses. I'm talking about people like Sunlight, like Louisiana Crane, like our offshore sandblasting companies in town. We have done a good job in years long gone of bringing corporations in from outside, and that worked fine for a while. But the fact of the matter is they left us in the end. Locally owned and operated businesses are owned by people that are not going anywhere. The 2 first ones I named, Sunland and Louisiana Crane, at any given moment have 6,000 employees working out all the way across the United States. I think we need to help kids get technical skills, and I'm not talking about a fairy tale here. It was done in the Eunice Vocational School, which, by the way, I proposed when I was on the school board way back in 1970. And we redid the old Tri-Parish Fair building and got it done. They started an oil field production course this past term that had 12 students. When the oil companies came in from Lafayette to give them the test, they had 10 A's and 2 B's. The guy was astonished. All 12 of those kids got a job, a good paying job in the oil field when they left. I know a little bit about that. I grew up in the oil field. My daddy's whole family were oil field workers. At 15 and 16, I was working on the board road crews in mud up to here, hardest I ever worked. Good lesson in life, real life, what it's like. I roughnecked, I roustabout, and then I became a lawyer. Which I've done for 49 years. But the point is, there's no greater thing we can do for the young people in our community than try and help them get the technical skills to get a good paying job, and there's gonna be plenty of them. They've always been there in the oil field. I grew up on oil field salary. My daddy lost his daddy when he was 3 years old. He took a freight train out of Shreveport at 15 to go to California to do the work the immigrants do now. So I think that particular need is something we've got to address without further delay. Thank you.
Have you thought about any legislation you are interested in seeing the City Council enact, repeal, or revise? If so, what is it, and what would you propose?
Good question. I was in the City Council for 12 years, and I know through that ordinance book, there's a lot of ordinances in that book that have nothing to do with today at all. You cannot go down 2nd Street and park your mule. That's in the ordinance books. I think our ordinance books probably needs to be revamped. While I was on the council for the 12 years, we made a lot of different laws as the need arose, according to whatever situation was going on in our town, to meet our ever-changing needs, because again, every day it's different. I'll say again, I do believe that ordinance book needs to revamp and sit down and go through the whole thing and take out things that don't belong here. It's going to be, I think, be a very tedious process that would need to be involved law enforcement, because the city judges, the judicial judges, the city marshal's office, all the law enforcement would need to be involved in doing something like that. And I think it would take a lot of people involved to do that. Any particular thing I would omit? Not really. I can't tell you I know all of them up there. I don't. There is some that affect everybody in here, according to Lone Grass. There's ordinances there. Nobody likes long grass. We have to abide by those rules, and they should stay in there. On myself, was on the city council for 12 years, representing Ward 3. I ran for mayor unsuccessfully, and during that time, you start to open your eyes again. When you're up on the council for a very long time, you stop seeing things. You go down the road and you fail to see the long grass after a while. Being off the council for the last 4 years has opened up my eyes to many, many, many things that I see. One of them being long grass in different areas. My pet peeve is like street lights that do not work. That just aggravates me to no end. There's a lot of those going on. I have the experience, and one thing I learned when I was first elected 16 years ago and they came off, is that you can make one promise, and that is to work hard, because it is not just you up there. There's a lot of things that need to go on in our city that need to be fixed. There was problems 16 years ago. The same problems are still here today. They will be here 50 years from now when we're all long gone. But if we work together, we have so much to be thankful for in our city. We can raise our children. Yes, it has changed, but overall, we have a wonderful community here, and I bring energy to the office. I bring dedication, and if anybody who knows me asks if you will help me, I will help you, and if I can't, I will tell you I can't. So I would love to come back on the council and serve y'all for the next 4 years as the Council of Lords, and as everybody else has said, please, please, please go out and vote November the 4th. Thank you.